No, you're good.
Sets to kind of get a feel for the machine and work my way up because I don't exactly want to get injured. Being 35 years old is a little different story than when you're 25. Being able to just kind of beast through things, and if things feel uncomfortable, just ignore it and everything's fine. When you get a little older, it doesn't work that way. So being here today, I started with a flat, plate-loaded flat press machine, which had a good feel. It was very unique. It definitely kind of came together very similar to a hammer strength at the top. But I noticed like at the bottom, starting from the bottom position and pressing, sometimes it's a little uncomfortable. So I had somebody spot me on the last lift to help get it off the bottom, and that way I can decelerate the weight and then accelerate it. Sometimes starting when your pecs all the way in the back stretch position feels a little off, especially because I tore this pec before. But overall, it was a good workout. I didn't have any complaints, but like, you know, overall, you know how it is, guys, like when you travel or you go somewhere, sometimes being a different gym, you don't have the same focus as you do at the gym at home, but I still had a good workout, had no issues. My second exercise, I did a slight incline dumbbell press. I choose that because I feel a lot more in my upper chest. A lot of times when I do regular incline dumbbell, I feel a lot more in my front delt. My front delt gets taxed. Can feel sometimes my bicep tend to get a little aggravated. So I tend to stay away from that and stay with things that kind of fit me more. But if you haven't tried a slight incline bench press or slight incline dumbbell press, I highly suggest you try it. It's definitely a lot better for most people, but definitely worth a shot. And then I did some cable flies. Usually only do 2 or 3 sets of it at the end. My chest was exhausted after the first exercise. So when I got to flies, I was pretty tired and I wasn't gonna really take too many more sets to fill your drop sets. Just to kind of get a good stretch, get a good 10 to 12 reps, get a good pump in there, just to finish it off. And a lot of people, you know, think they need to do more and more and more. A lot of times it comes down to just being more intense, more intensity. How can you reach muscular failure with heavier load faster with less sets? It's just kind of like the analogy of like, you know, you see different responses to the body training with, like, say if I'm doing lighter weight and I do volume all day long, probably not going to grow very much. But if I do much less volume with a heavier weight, obviously with good technique and form, you're going to grow much faster. So high intensity allows me to get with less volume, I can recover faster, and I know significant difference. My body weight's climbing, my strength is climbing, and most important, my joints feel a lot better because it's not that constant repetition over and over and over and over again. And then I always do triceps now after chest because I usually do, you know, like I said before, I do 2 days on, 1 day off, repeat. So I need to be able to, I want to get to, I end up hitting chest 5 times in 30 days versus 4 times when I do that split. So I combine triceps with chest, I combine biceps with back. So I did a V-bar tricep press down, which felt pretty comfortable. But again, I ended up doing a lot more sets than I normally would just to kind of get a feel for it because it's a different machine to find that perfect weight. The gym that I'm at, I have a perfect weight. I already know what I need to use and go to, so it's never a problem. But that felt pretty good. I always notice that if I press straight down and forward, I feel less on my elbow and more on my tricep versus kind of completely pivoting at the elbow and coming all the way down. Coming down this way, I get more resistance on my tricep, less on my elbow, and pinging my elbow back. Feels better for me. And then I did a rope press down, and as you know, I keep my elbows kind of flared out and worry about pressing down and out. And one of the reasons why I do 2 different versions of press downs at the moment is because my left tricep tendon feels a little off when I do any type of overhead movements or tricep lying extension. So sometimes you got to improvise with your exercise selection based on how things feel. But I can tell you from experience, and I'm sure anybody in the mid-30s or 40s will tell you, if something feels off or weird, don't do it. Just replace it with something else till it gets better and go back to it. Because most of the time, something that feels off and you ignore it, eventually becomes a acute injury and then becomes a chronic injury. And then now you're not training at all or avoiding possibly not training triceps whatsoever. All right, guys, so I finished up, you know, and one of the things, as you guys know, I used to love the vanilla ice away, and now I'm on the cookies and cream. It's a new flavor they came out with, and I'm addicted to it. I'll do about 2 scoops of this, and then I'll do my carbs, of course. But check out our videos at universalusa.com, and if you got any questions there, leave a comment below.